We're booming, people. And I want to take a minute to talk about all these opportunities that if you have the money and the bandwidth to invest and to potentially flip, then it feels like there's a lot of great opportunities right now. I don't know exactly what all those opportunities are, but I can give you hints. I can point you in the direction of what I'm looking at, what I see, and yeah, we'll see what you're able to do with that. Hi, my name's Nick. I run a company, Capital Catalyst, and I buy, sell, trade, collect. I don't vend, and grading is a little bit of a mistake, although I do have this nice PSA 10 Tifa, the healthiest woman in all of Magic history. And this is actually on my website. Below is a link. You can come check out my website, see the stuff I sell. You can support the channel there. You can also support the channel by clicking on Amazon links, and you can also support the channel by subscribing. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. We're so close. I think we'll have 300 subscribers by the time this video comes out, but maybe not. Maybe you can be the 300th subscriber, and that'd be cool. And if you are the 300th subscriber, and you're very confident you are, you can send me an email, and I will send you this pack. First person to do it after I have 300 subscribers. I'll send this pack too. It's kind of like a giveaway, but it's done less professionally. Anyways, okay, what was I talking about? Right, so we're booming. Things are going well, and if you have money and you're able to put it places, I think the numbers are just going up. I think we are booming. Let's see, get my screens all correct in the correct spots, and then share. Okay, so Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy has been dinking around $1,000 for a hot minute now, for months. And just in the past few days has kind of shot up from here where it's been. Yeah, so it's been a couple weeks, and now we're above 1,100. It's been around $1,000. Now we're almost at 1,200. And we're a couple dozen purchases away from being at 1,300, well, 1,200 plus. And each day, we're selling 3 to 10 of these items. And so, I said I'm not a big fan of this kind of logic. I am not a big fan of this kind of logic, but we are technically, like 40 boxes away from breaking 1,200. And that could be as quickly as in the next 5-6 days. And so we could just continue to see price movement up for Final Fantasy. What else do we got? Edge of Eternities. This one's pretty wild to me because just in the past month, similarly, the past couple weeks, we went from a kind of $400. Well, I guess it's a little farther back than that. Back in January, it was like a $400 box. And now it's a $550 box. And we see a decent amount of price movement happening in just the past couple weeks. Very interesting that seemingly a lot of prices are moving up kind of all at the same time. What's going on here? Is it tax season? Yes, it is. Is this just people getting tax refunds and putting it into Magic cards, and that's what making prices go up? Another example that I think is fascinating is the Lord of the Rings Commander deck sets, which I've been following very closely, been talking about, and if you were following along, hopefully you got in on this. I was able to buy a bunch around here, around 210, and it did go lower, got all the way down to kind of 180, 190, and then bam, we are back all the way up to 250. 250 is the price that these are available at. Now, there are quite a few. Okay, there's not too many available here on TCG Player, but I think there's other websites where you can go and check out and see that these are available. And so the question is, what does this mean? What does it mean that there's all of these deck sets and prices and whatever that are just kind of spiking, kind of booming? And I have a couple theories, but this is the thing. This is the overarching thing that's going on with Magic right now, that's been going on for well over a year now, that needs to be verbalized, which is that Magic is running into a problem where they are unable to print product as quickly as people are consuming it and opening it. And this is just true. I mean, we're seeing that if you follow any of the people who have distribution access and talk about what's available at distribution, they're not able to print the things that people are opening quick enough to keep prices low. Things like Edge of Eternities, which they did a small reprint fairly recently, but it just dried up very quickly. Prices went down a little bit, but then prices go back up because there's scarcity again. So even though there's a small reprint, It wasn't enough to really douse the appetite that the community has for this product. Similarly with things like Foundations or Final Fantasy or name another standard legal set, that there's a lot of these sets that are being printed actively, but it's not enough. It doesn't keep the price down very long, maybe a couple months, but then the price starts to go back up. And that is because people are opening this stuff faster than Wizards of the Coast is able to print it. We can see here with this Lord of the Ring deck sets where, yes, the price dips down as people race to the bottom and sell as quickly as they can to just make some quick money. And then the price shoots right back up. People know that this stuff is valuable. People enjoy these items. And that's causing scarcity, which is causing prices to go up. So what does this mean? It means there's opportunity. There's certainly opportunity to buy and hold items and potentially flip quite quickly. I mean, with Lord of the Rings, if you had bought at 180 and let's see, I've got a calculator. So if you bought at, we'll call it 190 and then sold at 250, you make money. You make only $10, but you make money, and it's going to go up even more sooner. And that is all in the space of a week. In hindsight's 2020, it's easy for me to point and say like, oh, if you had just bought this one thing that was low 7 days ago, that's super high now, you could have made money. But so now the question is, how confident are you at making a play? Are you able to look at a bunch of different Magic products that are available and say, oh yeah, that's one that I think is going to go up in value? I'm not sure I am. I need to liquidate some things. I need to, if you want to buy my PSA 10 Tifa, no, I'm joking, but also serious. There's so many opportunities out there, and the limit, right, is making sure that you know and feel confident and comfortable choosing the right one, and that you have the money for it, which is very important. Don't buy things you can't afford. And then also that you have the time to wait for that right flipping moment. And it feels good. It feels exciting. There's an energy here. If you feel that energy, if you feel that excitement, then you're in the right place. If you feel fear and doubt and uncertainty, then chill. Do not do something you're not comfortable with. But I think that there's a lot of energy here, good energy. And I think that we're booming. I think that prices are going up, and I think they're going to continue. I think this year is going to be similar to last year, but just a kind of a big boom. And yes, there is all this pressure and socioeconomic pressure and recessions and recession indicators and all these kinds of things. That is all fine. I could totally be wrong, but at least as of now, from just the sense I'm getting, from the price direction I'm getting and seeing, and yes, it could all just be tax season, but I think that things are going well. Even without tax season, just for the past 8 months, the way that boxes keep selling out and the way Wizards isn't able to keep so many different products of theirs on shelves for reasonable amounts of time. The way that we're out of Tarkir Dragonstorm collector booster boxes before we're out of the 2025 sorry, not collectors. I meant the Commander deck sets. We're out of the 2025 Commander deck sets before the 2026 Commander deck sets have actually come out, right? Which are going to come out with Strixhaven. There's just a lack of stuff, and I don't think a recession is going to ruin that, because people, the macroeconomic principle is that consumption actually stays relatively flat even through recessions. It's actually fascinating. So economics tip. Let's back up for a second. So in macroeconomics, in the economics of a country, there's kind of 4 big pieces of the pie that your country can spend money on. There is consumption, which is all consumption, all buying food, buying groceries, buying your house, buying your car. Everything you spend money on is consumption, unless it's investment. Investment is giving your money to the bank or to whoever, to Robinhood, to give it to companies to invest in and hopefully help those companies grow. And so there's investing. And then there is government spend, which government does a lot of spending, but whenever, they pay the military, they pay whoever, they pay the police, whatever the government pays for, that's government spend. And then there's also exports and imports, but those usually net out. Well, not exactly, but those often get ignored in a macroeconomic, at least in a intro to macroeconomics background. So what does this have to do with Magic the Gathering? Well, in a recession, what happens is investment goes down, consumption does not. In general, and you think like, how does this make sense? People lose their jobs, so they're not able to consume. Well, people do consume, even when they don't have jobs, even when, even when there's, in theory, like no money to be had, people still consume. People still eat. People still do recreation. Movies were one of the most successful businesses in 2009. And that's because people will go see the movies, even if there's the Great Recession going on, and so it's fascinating. Consumption stays flat. What does decrease is investment, which does hurt the economy and hurts jobs and hurts lots of things. A small change in investment can have huge implications on your life and my life. Then government spend is government spend, and usually government spend just keeps going up, 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 up. So anyways, that's the mini macroeconomics. If you like macroeconomics, let me know in the comment section, because I will do I'll do an hour-long video on macroeconomics and what it means for Magic. So anyways, point being, I'm not scared of a recession. I think we're booming. I think things are going to continue to boom. And so if you've got money that's sitting there doing nothing, and there's a play that you're thinking about, if you think Lord of the Rings commander decks are going to go up to $300-$400, which I think they very well could, $250 might not be the worst price in the world. Honestly, the plays that I'm thinking about the most are the new stuff coming out. The Secrets of Strixhaven collector boosters, trying to get a hold of the Marvel Superheroes collector boosters, and just quick flipping. I mean, yes, those could probably do well on a shelf over time, but a lot of these collector boosters, like behind me, Lorwyn, the best price to sell the Lauren collector booster boxes was like right when I got them. They've just kind of gone down some. And so it's interesting. I have no doubt that Lauren will go up in the next year, but it's interesting that at first they went down. Anyways, just rambling now. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being here. Like I said in the beginning, please subscribe. If you have not, we're trying so hard to get to 500 subscribers. I think we're just hitting 300 now. Exciting times. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you.